Thank you, everyone. So my name is David. This is me up here in the top right-hand corner, the one with the big head picture. Uh, Before I get started, I want to take a little poll. We're going to be talking about the money flow tracker software. So I'm going to do this little poll first so I can get an idea of who I'm talking to and what is important. So let's go ahead and launch the first poll. How many years have you been trading? Can you guys see it? Oh, wait a minute, I didn't launch it. All right, now, how many years have you been trading? I appreciate it if everybody would participate. So pretty much most people, majority are 1 to 3 years. All right, let's close that one. Let's open the next one. There's only 4 questions. Are you a consistent and profitable trader? That's the big one. Okay. So 92% of you say no. Well, we're going to fix that. We're going to fix that today. Okay. The next one. Have you ever seen the money flow tracker software? You know what? I need to quiet my speakers here. Okay, so most of you say no. Well, you're in for a big treat. And the last one is, if I could show you how to be more consistent and profitable, would you be interested? That's kind of a question, I guess. Okay. So everybody says yes, they'd be interested. All right. So kind of what this does, it just kind of gives me an idea on what my audience is, what you're looking for, how you trade, and I didn't even share my screen. Let's see, I need to change this. Okay, sorry about that. All right, some people answered in the questions box. Okay, that's fine. So this way I have an idea on who you guys are and how you're trading, and I can help you with that. So we're going to be talking about the money flow tracker software, my favorite subject. All right, so first we have to get the business end out of the way. We don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on this on the website. Past performance of any trading system is not, or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results, and everything we talk about is for educational purposes only. So, who am I, and why should you listen to me? Well, my name is David Kushner. I've been trading the markets for over 20 plus years. I've traded stocks, options, futures, and traded Forex for 12 years. My background was I had an automotive parts business that I started when I was 18 years old, and I sold that business. And I had that business for over 28 years before I sold it in 2005. And since then, I've been trading full time. So most of you probably have a whole shelf full of indicators. I know I have a whole hard drive full of indicators, trading systems that came with a lot of empty promises, right? Of helping you become more profitable and more consistent. And if you listen to me, you'll be profitable and more consistent, yada, blah, 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 blah. So when I saw a webinar that Mark Sachs did on the money flow tracker system, I quickly realized that this methodology isn't based around the same old indicators that everybody else teaches, but more based upon mathematical modeling and triple and quadruple screen analysis. So now I only trade with institutional money flow, and it's made me much more profitable and consistent. And now my win rate is over 70%. So when I first saw the software, I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I don't want to look at 5 different charts to determine the trends. So if you're looking for a way to stay on top of the markets and stay out of bad choppy markets, the money flow tracker is perfect solution for you. The money flow tracker provides with institutional level order flow analysis and a user-friendly interface that is easy to understand. And with the money flow tracker, you can make more informed decisions about your trades and manage your trades more efficiently. So at Right Line Trading, we believe that transparency is essential to building strong relationships with our clients. That's why we provide comprehensive information about our trading performance, as well as our detailed insight into our strategies and methods. Our commitment to transparency also allows our clients to make informed decisions and feel confident in their investments. Invest with us and you experience the power of transparency. When I say transparency, I mean we show all the trades that we do. So this is what we're going to talk about today in the webinar. I trade 6 prop accounts. I'm going to show you how to pass the evaluations and become a funded trader with the Money Flow Tracker software, how the Money Flow Tracker software works, the high probability setups, the unbreakable, and I emphasize unbreakable rules to follow, and how I trade breakouts and sidestep a lot of losing trades. And actually today, I think we had 4 trades that we sidestepped losing trades by using this entry method. Yeah, I will. Austin, there is training, and Shelva, it works in any time frame, any market. Okay. And no, it does not break prop firm terms. All right. So for those who stay to the end, it's roughly about 45 minutes, we have a very special discount with a bunch of additional software for the first 10 people. Okay. So what do you need to create trading success? First thing you need is software to provide with a competitive edge over all other traders. The second thing you need is software that tracks the direction of money flow. And when I talk about money flow, we don't want to trade with retail traders. We only trade with institutional money flow, not retail money flow. 3, etched in stone rules to follow. And with these rules, this will eliminate discretion. And number 4, which is the most important thing, is patience. Patience and discipline to let the trades come to you and set up. So I'm going to break down the system in detail. And you'll see when I do this in the putting it all together section, it's really easy. It's really easy to learn. But let me show you a few trades that we've taken. So here's a few option trades we took, right? GME, Costco, Fastly. Here's a trade on 30-year bonds that we had. And when you trade with a prop firm, good, I can't get my tongue out of the way today. You have to close your trades before 4 o'clock. Otherwise, I would have left this open, and we would have made probably another $600–700 on this trade. Here's a trade on the euro. So it works any time of the day. But because we're so big at Right Line on transparency, I want to show you my track record. Okay, so I use this program. It's called EdgeWonk. It's an online trading journal. And every day I go to NinjaTrader, I download my trade performance and my trades into this program by just clicking here and importing the Excel file, right? And what it does is it imports it into this program, and it gives me a good idea on how I am doing trading. So for this month, we're running a 70% win rate. And we didn't trade 3 days this month. And our profit factor is 3.24. So basically our profit factor is almost 3.25 to 1. That's excellent. You definitely want to have at least 1.5 to 1, or I prefer always 2 to 1. I think that one winning trade should take care of 2 or 3 losing trades. And that's what our profit factor is at 3.24. All right. I want to show you our record, our reports for our monthly reports. So why I like this program is because it breaks down our trades per week. So this was the first week in August, the second week in August, the third week in August, and this is this week, right? So today we lost $235, $231. We were up over 10,000, which I believe will be over 10,000 or higher by the end of the month. But look what we've done on these months. January 8,300, February 4,000, almost 10,000 in March, 6,000, 5,000, 9,000, 9,000, almost 10. So in the last 4 months, and this is pretty impressive considering June, July, and August are the slowest months, and we've done great in July, and we've been done fantastic in August. It's been tough, but we've caught some really nice trades in August. So this is what we've done on a per day basis, and I'm going to increase this to over 6-month period. Look how many winning days we have, and look how many losing days we've had. And look how a lot of our losing days are small. I try to keep my losing days under 500. And sometimes it gets away from you a little bit, but you know what? This is what really matters. Look at our equity curve. All right. Our biggest losing trade was $550, and our biggest winning trade was $800 on one trade. So I like to show this because it gives, it shows what we do on a daily basis, right? On Friday, the 4th, we did almost $3,500, one of our biggest days. But you can see our winning days, 638, 1,500, lost 125, made 1,200 the next day, right? 1,600 this day. So I just want to show this because I believe in being transparent. And overall, since the beginning of the year, our win rate has been 73%. All right, so let's keep on going. So it's likely you're having a problem making money. Why? Because you don't have the proper tools to manage your trades. This is a big one. You overtrade. You revenge trade. You make impulsive decisions. Basically, you don't follow the rules. You lack consistency. You trade with indicators that lag price. You don't have a proven mathematical methodology. And all this leads to blowing up accounts. So my commitment to you for attending today is to bring this to an end. So Lawrence, Bree, I trade 2 contracts, and Lawrence, I trade 6 accounts. And I mean, Manuel, I trade 6 accounts, and Lawrence, I trade from 9 o'clock in the morning till about noon, 1 o'clock. That's it. Okay, so why do 95 to 98% of traders go broke? Because they use the same old things that everybody else uses: price action, MACD, Elliott wave, divergence, price patterns, Fibonacci's. None of these have any predictive properties. And I'm not saying that our software can predict the market. I'm just saying is that our software has the capabilities with mathematical modeling to predict what is likely going to happen. Does it always happen? No. Do we win every trade? No. I would be lying to you. And I've been lied to so much in it over the years that I've been trading by so many different people that I won't do that. I will not do that to people. If I don't believe in something and I'm not using it myself, I will never, ever, ever promote it. But I've been using this software for a couple of years now. I started with Rightline as a client, and I was doing so well with the software, and they were looking for somebody to run a uh, trade room for Forex, and I have a lot of experience, and one thing led to another, and we started trading a Forex room. Well, Forex was moving so slow that, sorry about that, was moving so slow that we ended up we added CL, then we added gold, and then we added NQ, and then we added some other features. So Mark Sachs was the developer of the software. He engineered the software. He has 15 plus years, actually even more than that, in the field of applied mathematics. He's done work for the US Navy, the US Army, some big companies he's done some work for. And, he developed this software that can radically improve your trading methodology. You've never seen a system like this before. And because it's totally unique. And we have 3 trading rooms that we trade shoulder to shoulder every day. And we have a great community of traders. Actually, some of my traders, and I call them my traders in my trade room, actually have been trading better than me. Okay, so what does the market consist of? It consists of many small retail traders plus large institutional traders. So since we already know that most retail traders go broke, why would we want to trade with them? So we wait until the institutions are stepping into the market. All right. So the money flow tracker system, what does it do? It has 3 key metrics to determine money flow. And when I talk about money flow, I just want to let you know, I'm talking about institutional money flow. Okay, institutional money flow, not retail orders. So what do we look, has 3 key metrics. First thing, triple screen assessment of order flow. Second thing, triple screen assessment of correlative markets using our artificial intelligence, also known as artificial intelligence used to be called the neural network. Now it changed, everybody calls it artificial intelligence. And triple screen assessment of the Laguerre for momentum. Okay, and when I say triple screen assessment, I'm talking about 3 time frames. So I like to make things simple, use easy terminology. I like to say, look, I have a 3 time frame buyer, 3 time frame sell. It means 3 time frames are lined up. And our time frames are multiples of 3. So if you're trading a 2-minute chart, 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 3 is 18. We trade with Unirenko, so we use range bars for our higher time frames. So the triple screen assessment of order flow is the first most powerful force that moves price, because if you don't have order flow, you don't have any movement. So when people say order flow, the first thing you think about is these candles. These candles have all these numbers on the left side, the right side, outside the left side, on the top, on the bottom, all over the place here. I've tried trading these candles before. It's impossible for your brain to take in all this information and analyze it and make good trading decisions on top of everything else. It's just too much information. So what we did at Rightline was we made it super simple. So I'm going to pull over a live chart, and you can see that the order flows are determined by the outline of the candle, right? You have green outlines and you have red outlines, or whatever colors you want to put in here. I changed mine to green and red, right? So that's how we look at this. This is all being looked at and telling us on the outside of the candle. Plus, we have the wicks inside the candles on Renko bars, and nobody else has this. Okay, this is proprietary to Rightline, and it shows you the price action in the bars. And I'll explain to this when I show you the breakout strategy why it's so important. Okay, so when we say triple screen assessment, we want to have order flow on our highest, our mid, and our trading time frame, all going in the same direction. All right. So the order flow assessment, what it does, it looks at the delta of each candle and the two higher multiple charts, and it places this into a 15-period SMA. Now, it's not a standard SMA. It's got an algorithm built into it. It looks at order flow. It looks at it has a smoothing factor in it. We use it to get to exit trades also. The next thing that is the second most powerful force that moves price is the triple screen assessment of the Laguerre. So when I talk about acceleration, you see the wicks here, like I just showed you in that candle. You know, easier. I can explain it better right here. So you see when the wicks get smaller, that's acceleration. And then we get a pullback. And then we accelerate a little bit more, and then we get a pullback. This is aftermarket trading out, right? The wicks, if you shut your NinjaTrader down and reopen it, the wicks don't stay. They disappear. It only stays in a live chart. It's a NinjaTrader thing. Has nothing to do with us. So when the wicks get smaller, you get acceleration, right? And you can see that here, acceleration. So what we did was we took all these indicators, we edited algorithm, and we developed what we call our modified Laguerre, which is at the bottom of the chart here. And what the modified Laguerre does, it's an oscillator, but it doesn't show divergence like other oscillators. But what it does is show the strength of the trend. Okay. So when we talk about momentum, again, we want triple screen assessment. We want to have momentum on the higher time frame, the mid time frame, and your trading time frame. So you have 3 time frames with momentum. So what we did was we look at the momentum of each candle and the 2 higher time frames, and we represent that in a percent K line. Again, it has an algorithm into it. It has some smoothing factors, but it works really well telling us what momentum is. So this is the modified Laguerre on the bottom. Now you'll see that all our charts have this type of display, the colors display. So you can see when the modified Laguerre passes below 20, this turns red. When it passes above 20 and is sloping up, it turns lime green. When it passes 80, it turns dark green. And when it passes below 80 and is sloping down, it will be orange. So see, it sloped down, it turned around, went back up, it turned light green. And then it pinned to 100. So when it pins to 100 or to 0, you get these acceleration dots. Okay? You can see this was at 0, you got these red dots. This was at 80, you got these green dots. Right? So now let's talk about the quant lines. We have short term and long term. So what do our quant lines show? What we did was we took 28 market components and they're examined by the AI system for correlation. Now, correlation is huge in the markets. If you're looking at the euro currency and the euro currency is going up, you really want to see the pound currency going up, the yen going up, the Australian going up. So in this particular case, looking at currencies, you want to see either the dollar getting strong or weak across the board. And you know the old saying, a rising tide floats all boats? Well, when you have correlation between all these markets and they're in the same market, this happens to be the currency market, it gives you a big advantage in the market knowing this. So what we did was we went one step further and we added what we call the C2 indicator analysis. And what the C2 indicator does, it adds another time frame. So now we're not looking at 3 time frame buy or sell conditions, but 4 time frame buy or sell conditions. Because if you add another time frame, it's just going to increase your probability of being profitable by having a strong trend in place. So the C2 just does the same thing. It takes 18 times 3, and that would be your 4th time frame. So let's see. Ashik is asking, on the average trade contracts for between 9 and 12. Yes, exactly. All right, so putting it all together is really simple, right? Here are the rules and here's the setup. Since I already told you what everything was, first thing we want is the colored background. And what does the colored background show us? The colored background shows us 3 time frames in agreement. So that's number 1. The second thing we need is the C2, which brings in the 4th time frame. Excuse me, which brings in the 4th time frame. So now we have 4 time frames in agreement. The third thing is we want to have the solid line, which is the trend line, above the 15 going up and below the 15 going down, and have divergence from it. This will tell you that you have a strong trend in place. Now, this dashed line here is a pivot. So we have rules for breaking pivots, and this is how we sidestep a lot of losing trades. So the candle must clear the pivot by 3/4 of the body of the candle, and then we need to have a pullback candle. So as this candle's pulling back about halfway, that's when we place our order to buy on up close, right? So that's if you have a pivot or anything in the way, you have to wait for that. Otherwise, if you don't, then you could just take the trade on the color change. As long as you have all these conditions. The fourth thing, the quants. We have the short term and the long term. Really easy. They both have to be green. None of them, they can't be yellow. And the multiple time frame Laguerre has to be green in agreement with the quants. And the modified Laguerre has to be green, and you have to have your acceleration dots. Period. That's it. If you have those conditions, you could take the trade, right? So this trade was taken here on this candle and exited when the 15 changed from green to yellow. That's how we stay in trades longer, by using the exit on line change. So this was $630 per contract. I trade 2 contracts. I take profit target 1 off at 10, right? So this trade would have netted me $730. I trade stocks. I use this for trading stocks, but I use the time charts. Okay, so what does the money flow tracker give you? It gives you clear and exact entries, clear and exact exits. You can exit a trade at a pivot. You can exit a trade at higher time frame support or resistance. We have ATMs with predefined targets. I like to exit on line change or if my stop gets hit. What is the red line on the bottom? Let's see what you're talking about. This here, that's just part of the modified Laguerre. Okay. So when I said that I was going to teach you how I trade breakouts, you have no sound, Jim? Does everybody else have sound? Everything's good. I'm showing everything's working here. So Jim, just log out and log back in. Okay. How I trade breakouts, I call it my pullback and go strategy. So here's the rules. And this has been a lifesaver for us on getting caught in head fakes. Right? So here's the rule. We have this shaded area here and here, this is support and resistance for the higher time frames. This is a pivot above it. A lot of times you get a pivot inside, like this has a pivot inside here. So you wait for it to break the pivot by 3/4 of a candle. Then you have to wait for a pullback. So I know this was a pullback because I could see the little wick on the outside. And then goes. But let's say, let me get this over here. Let's say that I want to get my pen here and I want to use, I don't draw very well with my mouse. Actually, I ordered a drawing pad for my webinars, but it didn't come today. So I'm going to try. So let's say this candle pulls back to about here, half of the candle. We click on our NDT, which is our trading, what we use for trading execution platform in NinjaTrader. And as it's pulling back, then we click on sell on down close. And it looks like this. I mean, I'm going to show you in the little later, but I just want to explain to you so you understand. It looks like this. So we click on here, sell on down close. Right? But let's say it's pulling back and this pulled back really far. And let's say this all of a sudden went all the way up here and boom, went the other way. Well, we never got filled, so we didn't get caught in this head fake. So as a matter of fact, today we had, I think 4, we had 3 in the room and I had 2 this afternoon that we sidestepped losing trades. So to me, sidestepping a losing trade is just as good as a winning trade in my book. Right? Here's another one. Here's a trade that I took. Here's my markers. Broke, pullback, go. Okay, broke, pullback, go. Here's a trade on copper. Here's a trade, 2 trade pullback and goes on the Canadian dollar. One for 24 ticks, one for 30 ticks, and these were exited on line change. Here's a few other trades we've done. Here's a trade on gold where we didn't have anything in the way. Here's a trade on natural gas. This is a trade that I took, and I actually have a recording, but I'm not going to show the recording right now because I have another recording that I want to share with you guys on an MNQ auto trade. So this trade here netted me $550 per account. So $550, and I trade 6 accounts. This day was a wait a minute, 550 times 6, $3,300 day. And I took this one trade, but when it started, 9:37. Look where it ended, 9:38 and 22 minutes. I don't know how many seconds was in here, but this was like maybe a minute and a half trade. So let's talk about the money flow tracker auto trader. Right? So we trade the money flow tracker auto trader on MNQ, and we trade it on a 24 Uniranko bar. It's a big bar, but it's very high probability because in order for you to get a trend on a big bar like this, you have to have a good trend in place. This trade, 704 ticks. This trade, 665 ticks. Now this trade was just taken because there was nothing in the way. This trade was 16 ticks. This trade was 632 ticks, 792. I'm just going through. This was a trade that was taken on NQ today. Okay, I'm just starting to trade this on NQ. I've been working with the auto trader settings, and I think I have it right where I want it. This one trade made $950. And I didn't even realize I was in the trade till I looked at my positions tab. Otherwise, I might have moved my stop and it would ended up probably not getting that $950, but it exited on line change. Here's the equity curves on the auto traders. So I want to show you this auto trade that one of my students took. This is a recording of it, right? And I'm going to kind of go this. So it got in the trade here. It almost got stopped out. It hit the first profit target here, which is 80 ticks. It's the first profit target. And it just kept going. I'm going to go 30 seconds ahead. That's 190. That's 260 ticks. That's 342 ticks. That's 423 ticks. That's 519 ticks. And he kept moving his stop because the MA diff was getting high. The MA diff is how far are we from the 50? So when it gets really high, you're going to expect a pullback. So it was 516 ticks, basically, and it kept going more, and finally got stopped out. Finally got stopped out on this trade. Right? So here's, wait a minute. Where was it? I thought I put a screenshot of that trade in. Oh, yeah, this is the trade. 563 ticks, trading 8 total micros, MNQs. Took 4 out at the first profit target and let the other 4 run. Okay, so 4 micros on NQ is $2 a tick, right? So 563, $2 a tick, that's a nice profit. Okay, so any questions? Anybody have any questions? I've been kind of asking the questions. I had a couple of rude people, had 2 rude people that I had to not pay attention to and get rid of them because they were obnoxious. You know, I'm trying to help people turn their trading around and make money, and you know, you get people in here that were very rude, and I don't like that. I would never be rude to somebody in a webinar, and even no matter how much I thought about it. Anyways, so what is trading success? Trading success means financial freedom. No financial pressure. You work from home. You know, I work basically, I'm at my computer at 8 o'clock. I'm usually done by 12, 1 o'clock. Depends on the market. Robert, you can trade with this at night. As long as the market's moving, you can trade this at night. Steve's asking, can I use this to trade indexes like the US 30 and the S&P? Yeah. And you can also use it to trade, you know, look, when you get a setup, a signal, so for trading stocks and stuff, we use it on a time chart. Mostly I like to use it on a 4-hour. We'll talk about the trading room, Alan, a little bit. Yes, Ashik, the auto trader executes by itself, and everything we have is for NinjaTrader 8. Okay, all our indicators are NinjaTrader 8, and we also have the compass system, which is just like the money flow tracker, except it's on Thinkorswim. So Rory just sent me a chart, and I'm going to download this chart and show you because he trades options. And let's see, he day trades options, and he uses the money flow tracker on the minute chart, on a 5-minute chart on ES. Now look at these trades on ES. That's a nice trade. You know, you got it on the color change, off the 50, and down it went. So Rory had a great day today. So you work from home, you have no boss, you have no commute, you have no job. Your job is to sit in front of the computer and wait for trades to set up. That's your job. You know, it's like this. If you have a setup, you take the setup. You know, it's like NASA, you know, when they were experimenting, teaching monkeys how to go up in space, they taught them, when you see this, you do that. When you see that, you do that. When you see this, you do that. And that's really how you have to be like a robot in trading. You have to keep your emotions out of it. So how great would it be if you could master trading with the money flow tracker software and achieve financial independence? I mean, really, how great would that be? So I'm going to answer some questions before I go into everything. Um, Ralph, I trade with Apex Trader Funding. Prop firms allow you to use auto traders. Yeah, I mean, it depends on which one. KV, I can't get into the settings right now. Are you in my room? If you're in my room, then I can hit. Well, come into the room. You're in Craig's room. Trader. No, Craig's a good guy. I like Craig. Let's see. There's certain prop firms that do and certain prop firms that don't. I mean, I don't know how they would know if you are using an auto trader. It's just taking a trade. I know they don't like you trading the news. I know that. And they'll know if you trade the news when you put your orders on 2 or 3 seconds before the news comes out. Yeah, they can find out that you trade the news. They don't want you trading news. All right. But they have no idea if you're trading with an auto trader or not. How could they? All right. So you have two choices now. I went through, I showed you the software, I showed you how easy it was. If you're successful trading, continue on your current path. And I wish you all the luck in the world. But from the poll, most of you are not successful trading. And if you can be successful trading in the summer months, can you imagine how successful you will be when the markets really start kicking up again? So you could take action today and join the thousands of traders that work 4 plus or minus hours a day from home and have no boss, no financial freedom, no job. You know what job stands for? Just over broke. You're trading. Craig's listening. All right, Craig. You know, a job is you're trading time for money. That's what you're trading. You know, I would rather sit in front of my computer for 6, 7 hours a day and have the opportunity to make really great profits than have to go to a place and work for $15 an hour or $14 an hour or whatever. You know what I mean? And trade time for money. If you're trading time for money, but it's your time and it's your money, right? So you could, if I know people that trade 10, 12 hours a day, you know, and, but that's what they do. They love trading and that's what they do. I can't sit and trade 10, 12 hours a day. After a while, you just start, your brain starts to turn into mush, right? All right, so the money flow tracker system, what do you get? The benefits and features. I showed you how easy it is to learn. It's very intuitive. We give you the workspaces. It's perfect for beginners. You could trade any account size. I have a few people in the room that they started with $1,000 and they only trade micros and they're building their accounts slowly. You can trade futures, forex, stops, or options. So for the first 10 traders that come aboard today, And we did put the link in the chat window if you want to purchase before I'm done. Actually, I know a couple people have already done that, but this is what you get. You get the scanner. This is the market scanner. This is what I use. Okay, so you see I have the markets that I trade here. Look at the volume on MNQ compared to NQ. 1.5 million contracts today, and NQ is only 839, almost twice the volume. A lot of people are trading MNQ now because of the volatility of NQ. But so what this is telling you is, so we trade different markets on different bar sizes. So across the tops, we have our bar sizes, 135, 248, so on. So CL and gold, we trade on a 2510. So it's telling us that they're flat. ES, we trade on a 248. So we know that's flat. RTY and YM, we trade on a 41020. They're flat. NQ, we trade on an 82040, and MNQ, we trade on the swing trade auto trader. It's flat. So obviously, because the market's closed, everything's flat. So you get the market analyzer, which is a $999 value. You get the NDT platform, which is a must. This is a $1,500 this is our execution platform, and it's on our website for $1,500. So when you see that pullback candle, all you have to do is click sell on down close. Sorry, I clicked sell on down close. It went to the next slide. Or if you're going along, as that candle is pulling back halfway, you would click buy on up close. If it continues going down, well, you never get filled. If that candle closes down, the order gets automatically canceled. You put your ATM in here, and you set up your account in here, and it's really great tool for entering and exiting trades. You get the Masterclass series, which is excellent series on futures, forex, stocks, and options. You get 1 month free access to my trading room so that I can teach you what you need to know in your free month. So when you start paying for the room, you know how to make money with the software, right? So there was this Dr. Allen, Victor Allen, did a study. And in Dr. Allen's study, he reviewed more than 225 trading websites and evaluated them using several factors, including transparency, proven track record, and the likelihood of them assisting traders with educational materials and online support. And we came out on top. And this was published in Traders World and Stock and Commodities magazine. So here's the offer that we're doing today. And I think it's a great offer for the first 10 people that sign up. So normally it's $1,697 a year. We're giving a $500 discount. So it comes out to $1,197 a year. That's $100 a month. How many people have lost $100 this week trading? Come on, be honest. I did. I mean, I did. I lost 235 bucks today, right? A bunch of you. I can't answer that, Craig, yet because I have to look at the chart. Craig only trades mostly NQ. All right. So it's $11.97, or if you want to do monthly, it's $295 a month. For the first 10 traders, you will get the Auto Trader, it's called the Revolution. We call it the Revo, which is a $29.97 value. You'll get that as part of your package. You'll get the NDT, which is a $1,500 value as part of your package. The Market Scanner, which is $997 value. The month in my trading room is $127. And all the tutorial videos is a value of $19.97. You get your software installed by either Charles or Jacob. Will install it for you, get you all up and running. It's really easy to install, but we like to install it for people so we know that everything is working properly. So that's for the first 10 people. Let's see here. You know, you can trade, look, you can trade the SPY if you want to trade futures. There's a lot of different ways you could trade with the software. I could look back on that, Jay. Okay, so here's my commitment to you if you decided to subscribe and come on board with us, right? So when you subscribe to the Money Flow Tracker software and join my trading room, it's to help you become a successful trader. Remember, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. Again, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. You're just not using the right tools to be successful. It's like trying to pound a hammer, trying to pound a nail with a screwdriver. You could get it in there, but it's going to take a lot of work, right? But the Money Flow Tracker software is so totally unique and gives you that edge to trade with the institutional order flow. And that's where we come in. That's what our edge is. That's what our biggest advantage is that we trade with the institutional order flow, not the retail traders. So again, my commitment is to you is to teach you just not how to read the setups. Anybody could read the setups, but also help you develop the mental mindset you must have in order to achieve financial independence. You know, trading is a mental game, is a mental thing. It's more, look, like Mark Douglas says, how much skill do you have to trade? The only skill you need is how to push the mouse. That's it. That's the only skill you need. But you have to pick your entries and you have to follow your rules. Okay. So, Rory, how many people have subscribed so far today? So, Lawrence, getting funded is easy with the software. Okay, so 6 people already signed up. So we have 4 left. So, Rory, if we go over the 10, will you honor the deal for everybody else? Yes. He says yes. So I would urge you, if you haven't already purchased, if you haven't already purchased, if you want to talk to either myself or Rory, put your name and your phone number in the questions box. We will give you a call after the webinar, and you can ask any questions you want, however you want to do it. Whatever, if you have questions, if you would like to learn a little bit more, we will take care of you. Okay, we don't leave anybody out. Just because we reach 10 people, we won't leave anybody out. I mean, it's not right. Look, we want everybody to be successful. We have built a huge following. I started out my trading room with 4 people. Now I'm up to 45 people. And we have a great group of traders in the trading room, and we all trade together. I call out trades if I'm going to take a trade, I call it out, right? So look at this. Oh, I'd say some days it's like 80, 60, some days it's 45. I'm kind of just averaging, you know. So look, it's a well-known fact that 95 to 98% of swing traders and day traders are losing money, right? So this guy is a retail trader. He's taking his cash and he's flushing it down the toilet. And that's what retail traders do. Do you know that there's been a study done by trading firms, and they love it when somebody opens up a $5,000 account, because they know within a few months that $5,000 is going to be theirs. They're going to lose that money, but not our traders. Why? Not our traders. You think that when retail traders are throwing their money in the toilet, there's not institutional traders taking it from them? You know, the market is based around a lot of different things, and I teach a lot of these things in my trading room. Okay, and why do our traders make money? Because we trade with institutional money flow. We know when the institutions are trading. How do we know? Well, we have this little number here in the bottom right. This tells us how many contracts per minute that this market is trading. Well, right now the market's closed, so it's nothing's trading, right? But when this, like on NQ, we want to see 1,500 or more contracts per minute. We know that institutions are probably stepping in. We don't want to trade when it's 300 contracts, 400 contracts. Why? Because that's not institutional. That's not the institutions trading. All right? It's not. And no, we don't want to trade with retail traders. So again, this is what our offer is today for everybody, even everybody that put their name in. You'll get the room, you'll get the software for $11.97 a year, or not $295 a month. So $11.97 a year, like I said earlier, was basically comes out to $100 a month, but you're getting a month free in the trade room. So take $127 off of that, and you figure you're paying less than $100 a month for a piece of software that will give you that edge that you want. Now, this is a video of, there's probably 30 different testimonials in here, but this particular woman, Mark, it says here, Mark taught me things. Well, Mark taught her how to trade. She didn't know anything about trading, nothing. She didn't know what NinjaTrader was. She didn't know what a tick was. And Mark taught her things. He taught her everything. Now she's a six-figure trader, and she doesn't trade every day either. Here's some other testimonials from different people. I had a great testimonial from one of my traders in my room, and I probably can't find it right now, but let's see. No, I'm not going to spend time looking for it. I'll do it next. From different people. Again, it's $11.97 a year. Where did this come from? Yeah, say for 50, this is the same offer. So you get the money, the auto trader, the NDT, the market scanner, a month in the trading room, the tutorial videos, the software installation and coaching support, all for $11.97 a year with coupon code SAVE $500. So if you go to the website, and you click on here, right? So if you go to the web, click on that link, you'll get this link, right? And you go here and have to go to shop here. Maybe I put in the wrong thing. Roy, give me the link. Is that the link you put in there? It's this here. I don't know if this is, cart is empty. All right, so this is the link that I've always used. Trading, right line. Let me flip. Here we go. Okay, so here's the link. I'm going to put it here in the chat. And I'm also going to put it and send it to you all in the questions box. So that's the link, right? So basically what you do is you go in here and you click annual, right? And you go through the steps and you put in, so you go to add to cart, then you put in your coupon code here. So it's save $500. And then you have to go through the checkout. Once you go to the checkout process, it will take the $500 off. Okay. It will take the $500 off. Okay. So again, let me go through let me get some of these questions. Okay. Oh, Let's see. Can you put that list of some? Yeah, I'll go through that again for you, Jay. Yes, you are Binda. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. You can trade stocks, options, futures, and forex with it. There is no. I used to trade FL, fund down several times a month. Prices will be more drastically in just a minute or two. Wait. So Alan, I love trading CL. CL has been very, very. I'll actually even open up the chart of CL. Where is it? CL. So look at, here's a chart of CL. CL has not given us many trades. So I'm going to take this shaded area off here. And what I'll do is I'll just take it off here. We do some things in the room that most people don't do. So look, these are pivots. The dashed lines are pivots. The shaded areas here are higher time frame support and resistance areas. So we have it here and here. So we can't take this trade because we'd be trading into this pivot. We'd be trading in this higher time frame resistance area, right? And by the time you get up here, we use what we call the MA diff, which is the difference between the 50 and where price is. And when that gets too high, you're going to expect a pullback. So we don't trade it when the MA diff is too high. So there was really no trade on CL there. And CL has just been very, very quiet for the last few weeks. It maybe gets a move once in a while. You know, this was in the morning, but CL's been very quiet trading. It really has. And it's going to wake up. And when it wakes up, I'm going to be there. Okay. So we trade CL a lot when we have setups. Getting funded, you just use the software. You can use the Thinkorswim platform. We have it for Thinkorswim. We do not have it for TradeStation or MT5. Didn't you have? Yes, we have a stock trading room using options with David Weiss. Ralph, I'm here in Australia. It costs us dough. Target person next month, whatever it costs. So Rolf, not Ralph, Rolf. Call Rightline, call Rory tomorrow. Or it's, well, in Australia, it's just getting, it's in the morning there right now. It's early morning there, right? So if you want to call him, you know, it's 5:30 here. If you want to call him in the morning, you know, in the evening, your time in the morning, call him and see what he'll do with you. All right. Let's see. I trade with Rightline in the options room. Do I already have all that I need to go? Okay, Lawrence. So you already have the software. All right. All right. So if anybody else is interested, so the futures is a different system, a different equity stream, different system. Plus you get the auto trader with this. Look, we have some clients, some people that bought the software and they still work, and all they're doing is trading with the MNQ swing trade, right? And I'm going to show you something. So you saw the trade today. You saw that trade yesterday. That was the one I showed you the video of. That was right here, right? And look at today. Look at the trade today. These aren't the right. These aren't trades that I've taken. I don't know why they're even showing there. But if you look at this today, just from today, we had a guy in the room forget who it was, but this trade was taken right here when the 50 crossed above the 15, sold it on down close, stayed in it until the 15 changed color all the way down to here, 587 ticks. So it was 500 ticks yesterday and 587 ticks today. Just trading the auto trader. Nothing here. Here's it. Now, the auto trader will not trade into pivots or higher time frame resistance. Okay, so it won't trade into this, and it won't trade into this. And if the MA diff gets too high, it won't take the trade at all. Okay, so it won't trade into support and resistance areas. It'll take the trade when the candle breaks that area by 3/4 of a candle. Then it will take the trade. As long as there's enough room to the next pivot and the next obstruction to give you at least profit target 1. And that's all in the settings. Okay, so if you didn't take the trade there and it took this trade here and you stayed in this trade to line change, that's 270 ticks. And we don't really get that many losers on this because of the bar size is so large that we have to, let me go back here. The bar size is so large that in order for it to go, it has to have a trend in place. All right. Without a trend in place, it's not going to do anything because from the open and the close of each bar is 24 ticks. So it needs a strong trend to be able to take the trade. Okay. You lost 1.5 on FTX starting again. I don't know what that means, Rolf. But anyways, I've had traders in my room, a particular one, his name is David, his last initial is P. I don't want to say his whole name, but he wasn't doing very well trading. And now he's been like, I'm kind of envious of him. He's been really kicking butt. You know, I don't know, he's trading the way we trade, but, he takes maybe some trades that I might not have taken. So, and I love that. I love that. I love when somebody is really doing well in the room. We have Doc in the room. He does very well trading. I can't even mention them all, but I like when people tell me that they're doing great trading and they're so happy with the room and so happy with, what I do in the room. So what we do in the room is, we trade together. Okay, we trade together. We have what do you call it? We have some discussions when there's nothing going on. We show different things. We talk about different things. We answer questions. We just don't live. I don't like to have dead air in the room. It's so I'm always talking. What can I say? So again, look, we've been going now for a little over an hour. I don't want to make this much longer. I want to respect your time. So again, if you're interested in the software, we've exceeded the 10 people. So if you're interested in the software and the package and you want to get the special pricing, like I said, it comes out to less than $100 a month. Really, where are you going to get a software? Where are you going to get, a program that will give you results and an equity curve that are very similar to this? Now, I can't guarantee you're going to have this because I'm not pushing the button. Okay, but where are you going to get an equity curve like this? All right, and what we've done on a monthly basis, where are you going to get this for $100 a month? People lose money every day in the market, and we all used to be in the trading room Everybody was, a retail trader. And when somebody asks me now, what do I do for a living? I tell them I'm an institutional trader. It sounds really good, doesn't it? What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm an institutional trader. Really? Who do you work for? I said institutional Dave. The institution is David Capital, like Axe Cap. I love that show, Billions. But, you know, I tell them I'm an institutional trader. And they're like, wow. And that's what I consider myself. I consider myself an institutional trader because I trade with the institutions. I just trade right behind them. All right. So if, again, last time, put your name, your phone number. Rory will give you a call. What about the prop accounts you were supposed to talk about? Well, what I could tell you is, let me go back to the slides that with the setups. This is how you pass prop accounts. Okay. This is how you pass prop accounts. I don't know why this does this. Okay. You wait for a colored background. You make sure you have the C2 and the trend line above the 15 going long, below going short. You wait to clear these pivot areas and get a pullback. So you don't get caught in a head fake. You wait for that pullback. You wait for both quants to be green. You wait for the multiple time frame of the gear to be green. You wait for the acceleration dots. You take trade. Okay? You wait for the setup, you take the trade. There's no more thinking about it. It's there. Okay? It's either there or it's not. Okay? And you'll find that when you have trending markets, after, I always get them mixed up. Is Labor Day is coming up, right? Labor Day is coming up. So after Labor Day's over, then the volume will start kicking up in the markets. Things will change. Things will get better. As far as trading, they'll get better. Right now, volumes are low and trading is difficult. But you know what? We're still making money. Okay? Even though trading is difficult right now, how can you argue with these results? Here are the trades. Okay? Here are all the trades. Every single trade I take gets logged into here. But how can you argue with these results? Look what we've done in August on a weekly basis. The first week we did almost $4,000. The second week we did 3,300. The third week we did 1,600, and this week we're at 958. Okay, so how can you argue with these results? Right? That's how you pass a prop account. So Shiva, did you put your name and your phone number in? Because put your name and your phone number, and Rory will call you, and we'll see what we can do. You live in the UK, you said? So you can give us a call. Or he'll give you a call, and we'll see what we can do for what you just asked me. All right? We'll see what we can do for you. We're always there to help people to the best that we can. So let's see, let me keep going here. I love those two slides. Everybody loves those two slides. Anyway, so I just want to thank you for attending today. I appreciate you spending an hour and 15 minutes with me, and hope to see you in the trading room. You won't be sorry if you do come aboard with us. We have a lot of happy clients, and I am one of them. So, all right, everybody, have a great evening. You're welcome, Shliva. If I'm butchering your name, I apologize. Some names are really hard to pronounce. But have a great evening, a great morning. It's in shelves. Shelva. Okay. Craig, are you still here? You asked me a question. I want to answer it. Let's see. Is Craig still here? No, Craig left. He asks me a question and leaves. All right, everybody. Thank you again. And God bless everybody and have a great evening or morning, wherever you happen to be. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.